Hey guys, hope everyone's day is going well. Today I've got a new yo-yo to review. This is the MK1 YoYos UMBRA. Let's jump right in. Okay, so real quick I want to give some shoutouts to MK1 YoYos for actually sending this throw on over. It was super generous of them and I really appreciate them making this video entirely possible. Now, normally I don't do unboxings of yo-yos in my yo-yo reviews on this channel. However, the unboxing experience of the UMBRA is pretty unique, I would say. The yo-yo itself is packaged in this nice little plastic cup, which I haven't really seen before. On the cup it has MK1 YoYos logo and the name UMBRA and the actual color of the yo-yo. Inside the cup we have the yo-yo itself, some yellow string, and some nice little stickers which you can see here. Real quick, I don't believe this yo-yo has actually been fully released yet. However, I will include all of the links and contact info in the description for MK1 YoYos so you guys can check it out once this yo-yo actually drops. Alright, here are the specs of the UMBRA. I would definitely pay close attention to these because they are fairly irregular. In the next clip we'll be talking about the specs themselves and analyzing them. Alright, so the first thing you probably noticed about this yo-yo is that it is wide. And yes, that is true. This yo-yo has an insanely wide 55mm width, which is really crazy. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this in the specs, but this yo-yo actually has a width that is just as large as the diameter. Both the width and diameter are the same dimension, which you almost never see. The weight of this yo-yo is definitely on the lighter side, coming in at just 61.5 grams, which is quite a few grams lighter than the general standard. And finally, this yo-yo is made of 7068 aluminum, which for those of you who don't know, that is a higher grade of aluminum. Overall, just based on the specs themselves, this yo-yo is irregular in just about every way. Now, looking on over to the shape of the yo-yo, we've got this really defined H shape. It generally just has one cut before there's this slope down to the bearing. We've also got some super beefy rims, like really large ones, and we have the MK1 YoYos engraving on one of the rims. Now, looking on over to the cup, we can see just how thick that rim is. There's a couple cuts that lead down to a convex center, and it's a little bit hard to see, but the center of this yo-yo actually bulges out a bit, which is really interesting. In the hand, this yo-yo feels really comfortable. It's got a super smooth finish all around the yo-yo, which I really like. The color that I received is really cool. It's a fade between a standard blue color and an almost gray or very light blue color, which looks super nice. I believe that this is actually Jack Hudspath's signature colorway of the yo-yo. Jack is a super talented player. He's got some really unique tricks. I'll throw his Instagram on the screen right there. But yeah, he's a sponsored player by MK1 YoYos, and I guess this is his signature colorway, which is super cool. Alright, so now here's where things get interesting. Let's talk about the feel and playability of the UMBRA. So how does this yo-yo play? And the short answer is pretty darn good. Playing with an extremely wide yo-yo like this one is really strange. It definitely takes a lot of time to actually get used to the width of this yo-yo, because at first it just feels so weird. Now, the UMBRA definitely plays light. Since it is just 61.5 grams, this yo-yo really glides across the string. I found this yo-yo to play very smooth and sleek while on the string, which I really liked, and it's just definitely a very floaty experience. In addition, the UMBRA is especially smooth, like just the yo-yo itself. It's a well-known fact in the yo-yo community that ultra-wide yo-yos are typically pretty vibey, and it's fairly challenging to make a smooth ultra-wide yo-yo. But the UMBRA is definitely an exception. This yo-yo is very smooth to the touch. Now, this yo-yo definitely plays fast. It's floaty almost to the point where you don't have to push the yo-yo too much or exert much effort in order to make it play fast. This yo-yo just kind of does the work for you, which is really nice. One thing I noticed about this yo-yo is it is kind of mind-boggling to use, but in a good way, and here's what I mean. Generally, when we look at a larger or wider yo-yo, we kind of immediately assume that the yo-yo will be heavy. It just kind of seems to be programmed into our brains that the bigger the yo-yo, the heavier it will be and the heavier it will play. But here's the thing, the UMBRA is the exact opposite. It's a really large and wide yo-yo, but it's also super light. So while you're playing with this yo-yo, you might feel a little bit strange just based on how fast and floaty it plays. So as I mentioned before, fast tricks are super easy with this yo-yo. The yo-yo itself is really powerful and stable on the string, and those beefy rims definitely do their job. For whips and slacks, I mean, come on, it really doesn't get much easier than this. Tech tricks are a little bit challenging with this yo-yo, I would say. Since it is just so wide, sometimes the yo-yo will land on double strings or just kind of get caught up in the more dense tech mounts. So just note that it's maybe not the best for your extreme dense tech tricks. Now, taking a deeper dive into the feel and weight distribution of this yo-yo, let's compare it to another ultra-wide yo-yo, one that I actually used to use for competition, the Atlas. So here's what I found when comparing these two yo-yos. I'd say the UMBRA plays quite a bit more solid and rim weighted than the Atlas. The Atlas has a bit more of a neutral feel to it, doesn't really feel super rim weighted in any way, while the UMBRA definitely has the added rim weight. Now, as you would assume, the Umbra obviously plays a lot lighter on the string than the Atlas just because it is statistically lighter. However, I would say I prefer the shape of the Atlas over the Umbra. I like all the cuts that the Atlas has because it reduces friction between the yo and the string, allowing it to sleep for longer. However, I do love the added rim weight on the Umbra. So if I get maybe like the shape of the Atlas but with the kind of material and metal that was used for the Umbra and the added rim weight, I think I would really like that yo-yo. Now for grinds, the Umbra checks just about all the boxes. This yo-yo will smoothly spin for a really long time for just about every grind that you throw at it. Yeah, I really had no trouble at all with any of the grinds. Alright, so who is this yo-yo for? In my opinion, this yo-yo is for anyone that's looking for a really nice quality ultra-wide yo-yo. If you're a big fan of ultra-wide yo-yos and you appreciate a more floaty and rim-weighted feel, I think the Umbra is going to be the perfect option for you. It's made of a really premium metal, it has a great feel to it, and it can handle just about all your tricks. If that sounds like the kind of qualities you would want in a yo-yo, the Umbra is going to be a great option. Alright, thank you guys all so much for watching my review on the MK1 YoYos Umbra. If you guys did enjoy the review, be sure to leave a like. And also if you're new here and haven't seen my videos before, hit that subscribe button. I post videos just about every single week. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.